Hi guys, it's me, Trudy Lee. How's everybody doing? I'm doing pretty well here. Little bit cool today. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon, but it's only 60 degrees here, y'all. It's kind of chilly. Every time it starts to get a little bit warm, all of a sudden we get a cold front and cool it right off. So I know for some people they're experiencing some really tornadic winds and horrific weather, and I pray for all them to keep safe. But we're having pretty nice weather. So I've had my lowest electric bill that I've had in many months. It was $137. Thank you, Lord. Thank you. Thank you. That's a big difference from it's been around $350 a month average, and then when it gets hot, it goes into the 500 range. So hopefully this will keep going. So it gets a little warm and then it cools off. So that's very nice. Anyway, so you guys, I just wanted to follow up, and I wanted to read something to y'all that was so wonderful and beautiful that I had to share it with you guys. So you guys know that my sister-in-law passed away on Sunday. Unfortunately, on her way to church, she had an accident and pretty much died instantly. And her daughter Christine has written some words for her eulogy, and I wanted to share this with you guys because it's so beautiful and so wonderful. So I'm going to read it. Okay, I'm going to read it. I have it on my phone, and hopefully I can get through it. But I really wanted to share it with y'all. They live in a really small town in Lufkin, Texas, real tiny little town in that area. And she goes to a really small church. Like I said, it's an area where she grew up. That's where Terry's parents had a couple of homes, and that's where she's been all her life. So that's where they still are. Okay, so this is exactly her words and what she's written. And her name is Christine Anderson. That's my family's name, Anderson. This is what the preacher will be reading at my mama's funeral. The last day I had with my mother was very supernatural. Not a whole lot of people get to experience this, and I'm so thankful that I got to have the most wonderful last moments with my mama. The day before Sunday, I got off work and I came straight home. I talked to my mama until 5 in the morning. We both just couldn't sleep. She told me she wasn't going to live much longer. She said she would finally be free. I told her, "Don't say that." And she told me not to cry. I told her I asked God to make her live to be 100, and we both laughed. My mama told me she loves me, and I told her that I loved her too. That Sunday morning, she asked me to go to church with her, and I hadn't been to church in a while. Um, and I went even though I was tired. On the drive to church, we talked about the hymn Sweet By and By, and how it's her favorite hymn and my grandparents' favorite hymn. During the church service, my mama played the piano and she sang Sweet By and By. I had tears streaming down my face as I watched my mama play. I saw both of my grandparents sitting next to me on the bench. And when we left the church, on the way back home to the house, my mama told me she kept having consistent dreams of her parents. And right at the moment when she said that, it was the very spot on the road where my mother would be called home 4 hours from now. I had a horrible feeling that my mother was going to die. I didn't want to believe it. I got scared. I didn't want to ask her much about her dream. And when we got home, I took a quick nap and got ready to go to work. As I left, my mama was sitting on the bench watching the rain. She was listening to the song No More Night by David Phillips. David Phelps. She loves that song. I told my mama I have to go to work now, and she nodded and she just kept singing. I didn't get a chance to tell my mama goodbye because it wasn't the end. My mama is alive. She is waiting on me in her new home in heaven. My mama always dreamed of moving into a new, nice house. The truth is, there was really no new home that was good enough for my mama except for heaven, and God knew that. And I want to thank God for giving me those last special moments. My mama is free now. She is too good for this world. My mama showed me her fake book one time that she kept all her rings in just in case anything happened. I opened that book and all my mama's rings were there and a sticky note with a scripture on it. Proverbs 3:5. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. I know with all my heart that my mama put that in there for me to read. We are both waiting on each other now. I will see you again, Mama. I love you, my sweet Mama. Isn't that beautiful? That was so beautiful. That is part of the eulogy that will be read by the preacher at her service. Her services are a week from Saturday, so we'll be heading up that way. They're about 5 hours away from us, so we'll probably get there the day before. But I wanted to share that with you guys because it was just so beautiful. I have to tell you, this lady, Terry, her mama, was so sweet, so kind, so creative, so intelligent, so talented. And I'm not kidding you. She could draw and paint and sing and play the piano. I mean, this lady was just so talented. She loved to take pictures. She was sending me pictures of flowers and birds and all kinds of wildlife that was around their home. She would do that last summer, I think was the last time that I got pictures from her. And she just, that's how she experienced the world. You know, she just looked at it through these loving eyes because she was just such a sweet soul. I just cannot even describe to you what a sweet soul she was. She really, really was. She was very soft-spoken and very kind. I never, ever heard her say anything bad about anybody. She never gossiped, you know, she never said anything bad. If you were talking about somebody, she would say, you know, if you said so and so did this, and she might say, well, maybe maybe they were having a bad day, or maybe, you know, maybe they didn't feel good, or you know, something was wrong. She always looked at things through love. You know, she was just like that. She was a beautiful spirit. Her mother and father had already passed. Her mother had Alzheimer's, and she took care of her mother until the end. And that was only a few years ago that her mother passed away. And she was so, you know, had such a great relationship with her mom and dad both. She was so close to them, and you know, they had such a wonderful relationship. And their names, her mom was Sherry, her father was Jerry, and she was Terry. But she does have a brother that's left here named John. Everybody pray for John because now this family is all gone, all members of this family. So we need to say a prayer for him. God bless John, keep him, and help him through this difficult time in his life. But also her children and my brother, all her family, just keep them in your prayers. There's going to be so many people that love and miss her. And all the people at church, you know, because she did play the piano at church and she did sing, and she was on her way to do that when she got into the car accident. She was hurrying on her way to the services that she was late for, and she turned into an oncoming truck, unfortunately. But you know, even when tragic events happen that are like this, you know, it's an exit point for people. And I feel like people have their own free will to exit at the time they're going to exit. I'm sure we have more than one. I feel like we'll have several exit points in our life, and we can just decide if we're ready. And it sounds like she was ready, and she knew it. And she, had that opportunity to say goodbye to her daughter that she was very close to. And, I just wanted to let y'all know about that because it was just so beautiful. I just really wanted to share it. But thank you for listening and tuning in. Um, Unfortunately, they didn't have life insurance for her. So, when you're having to deal with final expenses, it's very difficult. So, they do have a GoFundMe account for her. If you'd like to donate, we'd really appreciate it. I know it's like, I feel like I've already asked y'all to donate to Baby Lane. And I should say a few things about him. He has gone home. I haven't gotten much update on him. I think I've told y'all in my last video that I believe I did anyway. He had a hearing test and he failed the hearing test. God bless him. But I haven't heard much about him because all of this is going on right now. So the focus has changed a little bit. But he is home with mom and daddy. And, no news is good news, right? So hopefully things are going well. And uh, I'll update y'all when I get some information about him. So God bless him. I know he was still having the dystonia. It was very, very painful for him, and I believe he's still having to cope with that. So we'll just pray for him that he'll get some relief with that and be blessed. All right, guys, I will be back and talk to you very soon. If you'd like to donate, I'll just leave the GoFund account below that you can click on. I appreciate any help that you can do. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Have a wonderful day. If you'd like to get a reading with me, I am available and ready to do readings, chakra balancing, energy work, if you need a cleanse. And it's kind of nice. Spring's coming up. Started off with being balanced and, cleansing the energy and your home's energy. And you can do that also yourself. When you're cleaning out the house and getting it ready for spring cleaning, that really changes the energy in your home. And that's really, really good. So when you got a lot of clutter and a lot of things, around you, that can stifle the energy because you want your energy to flow in your house. If you can open a window and, get things cleaned up and get rid of the clutter and stuff, it's very, very helpful. Very helpful. So that's really the reason for spring cleaning is to, change the energy in your home. That's what it's for. And that's what we need to do when we've been all closed in all winter with the windows closed. We've got all this energy circling around. We need to release it. So we're going to release this energy. And your intention is really, really what's important here. So we use our intention. I'm going to declutter my house. I'm going to open the windows. I'm going to change this energy. I'm going to let it flow. So your intention, putting that out there, that's really how it works. Whatever you intend to do, you can do. So when you do things purposely and with intention, you'll see that they work much, much better. Okay? Just a little lesson there. All right, guys, I will talk to you again soon. Love you so much. I look forward to hearing from you guys. Send me an email. Let's get together and do something kind for somebody. It'll always come back to you. Bye for now.